Imagine a place where the turquoise waters of the Caribbean stretch endlessly, where soft pink and white sand beaches curve gently into the horizon, and where every sunrise and sunset feels like a scene from a movie. Welcome to Antigua and Barbuda, two islands of unmatched beauty, history, and culture, where adventure and serenity coexist perfectly. From bustling harbors filled with vibrant music and colorful markets, to hidden coves where the waves crash in dramatic symphony against limestone cliffs, these islands are a paradise waiting to be explored. Today, we'll take you on a cinematic journey through Antigua and Barbuda, revealing their most breathtaking beaches, secret lagoons, historic harbors, and awe-inspiring landscapes. Prepare to feel the warm Caribbean breeze, witness sunsets that paint the sky in every shade of gold, and experience a culture that thrives in music, food, and community. This is more than a travel destination. It's a story, a feeling, a memory that will stay with you long after the waves have kissed the shore. Let's step into this adventure and uncover the wonders of Antigua and Barbuda. Imagine a place where every sunrise feels like a secret, where the ocean glows in shades of turquoise you never thought were real, and where each day of the year is said to have its own perfect beach. Welcome to Antigua and Barbuda, a Caribbean paradise that feels less like a destination and more like a dream slowly unfolding before your eyes. From the moment you arrive, the islands pull you into a world of warm winds, gentle waves, and stories written in sand and sunlight. High above the Caribbean Sea, Antigua appears like a jewel, scattered with emerald hills and ribbons of white sand. The coastline curves endlessly, revealing hidden coves, quiet bays, and vibrant resort towns. The water shifts from deep sapphire to crystal clear aquamarine, reflecting the sky like a mirror. Boats glide silently across the horizon, and palm trees sway as if they are welcoming you home. Antigua is known as the island of 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. Each beach has its own personality. Some are lively and full of music and laughter, while others are so peaceful you can hear only the wind and the soft rhythm of the tide. The sand is fine and bright, the kind that feels warm and soft beneath your feet, inviting you to slow down and forget everything else. But Antigua and Barbuda are not just about beaches. These islands carry centuries of history, culture, and adventure. Long before luxury resorts and sailing yachts arrived, these lands were shaped by indigenous peoples, colonial explorers, and powerful empires. Every fort, every harbor, and every old stone building whispers stories of pirates, sailors, and traders who once crossed these waters in search of fortune and freedom. As you explore, you notice how the past and present exist side by side. Colorful villages sit near ancient ruins. Local fishermen mend their nets beside modern marinas filled with sleek yachts. Caribbean music drifts through the air, blending with the sound of church bells and ocean waves. The islands feel alive, breathing with a rhythm that is slow, confident, and deeply connected to nature. The people of Antigua and Barbuda are known for their warmth and pride. Their smiles are genuine, their stories rich with tradition. Festivals fill the streets with dancing, drums, and vibrant costumes. Food stalls release the aroma of grilled seafood, spices, and tropical fruits. Every interaction feels personal, as if the island itself is speaking to you through its people. Barbuda, the quieter sister island, lies just to the north, untouched and serene. Here, the beaches stretch for miles, and the sand sometimes shimmers with a soft pink hue. Wildlife thrives in protected sanctuaries, and the pace of life slows even more. It feels like stepping into another world, where nature still rules and silence is a luxury. As the sun begins to set, the sky transforms into a canvas of gold, orange, and purple. The ocean reflects the colors like molten glass, and the air cools just enough to remind you that the day is ending, but the magic is not. People gather on cliffs, beaches, and balconies to watch the horizon, sharing quiet moments and unforgettable views. Antigua and Barbuda are not just islands you visit. They are islands you feel. They invite you to explore, to relax, to dream, and to rediscover what it means to slow down and truly experience a place. This is where adventure meets serenity, where history meets paradise, and where every moment feels cinematic. So sit back, breathe in the Caribbean air, and let this journey through Antigua and Barbuda take you across stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and unforgettable wonders. This is not just a travel video. This is your escape to one of the most beautiful corners of the world. The heart of Antigua beats in its capital city, St. John's, a place where history, color, and Caribbean energy come together in the most captivating way. From above, the city looks like a mosaic of pastel rooftops, bustling streets, and a harbor filled with boats that glisten under the tropical sun. But once you step inside, St. John's reveals a soul that is rich, vibrant, and full of stories waiting to be discovered. As you move through the streets, you feel the rhythm of the island immediately. Markets overflow with fresh fruits, handmade crafts, and the scent of local spices drifting through the air. Vendors greet you with friendly smiles, and the sound of Caribbean music echoes from nearby shops and cafes. Every corner feels alive, as if the city itself is dancing to an invisible beat. Dominating the skyline is St. John's Cathedral, a striking structure with twin towers that rise above the city. Built in the 19th century, this cathedral stands as a symbol of resilience and faith, surviving earthquakes and storms over the centuries. Inside, wooden furnishings crafted by enslaved Africans tell a powerful story of skill, strength, and history. The cathedral is not just a building, but a reminder of the island's complex past and enduring spirit. Just steps away, the Museum of Antigua and Barbuda invites you to travel back in time. Housed in a colonial courthouse, the museum showcases artifacts from the island's indigenous people, the Arawaks and Caribs, and traces the arrival of Europeans, the era of sugar plantations, and the journey toward independence. Each exhibit adds another layer to the island's identity, revealing how Antigua transformed from a colonial outpost into a proud Caribbean nation. The waterfront is where modern Antigua meets its maritime heritage. The harbor is filled with fishing boats, ferries, and luxury yachts, all sharing the same shimmering waters. Cruise ships dock here, bringing travelers from around the world who step onto the island with wide eyes and cameras ready. The breeze carries the scent of salt water and sunscreen, and the sound of seagulls blends with laughter and conversation. Heritage Quay and Redcliffe Quay are two of the most colorful and lively areas in St. John's. Brightly painted buildings line the streets, housing boutiques, art galleries, and cafes. Here, you can find handcrafted jewelry, woven baskets, and vibrant paintings that capture the essence of island life. Local artists proudly display their work, each piece telling a story of the sea, the people, and the sun-soaked landscapes. As the day progresses, St. John's shifts from a bustling marketplace to a relaxed Caribbean hangout. Cafes fill with people sipping cold drinks, sharing stories, and enjoying the slow pace of island time. Street musicians play guitars and drums, adding a soundtrack to the city's gentle energy. The atmosphere feels warm and welcoming, making it easy to forget the outside world. At sunset, the city takes on a golden glow. The sky above the harbor turns shades of pink and orange, reflecting off the water and the boats below. Locals and visitors gather along the waterfront to watch the sun dip below the horizon, a daily ritual that feels both peaceful and magical. As night falls, restaurants and bars light up, offering fresh seafood, Caribbean flavors, and music that keeps the city alive long after dark. St. John's is more than just a capital city. It is the cultural heart of Antigua, a place where history, tradition, and modern island life blend seamlessly. Every street, every building, and every smile tells a story of resilience, pride, and joy. Exploring St. John's is like stepping into the soul of Antigua, where the past and present meet under the Caribbean sun. Just south of St. John's, the island rises into gentle green hills that lead to one of Antigua's most breathtaking viewpoints. This is Shirley Heights, a place where the land meets the sky and the sea stretches endlessly in every direction. From this high point, you can see the true shape of the island, its winding coastline, hidden bays, and the vast Caribbean horizon that feels infinite. The road up to Shirley Heights winds through lush vegetation and quiet neighborhoods, each turn revealing new glimpses of the sea below. As you climb higher, the air becomes cooler, and the views become more dramatic. Suddenly, the world opens up. You stand above English Harbor, with its crescent-shaped bay filled with boats that look like tiny pearls scattered across blue glass. Beyond them, the Atlantic Ocean meets the Caribbean Sea, creating a subtle contrast of colors that feels almost unreal. Shirley Heights was once a military lookout, part of a network of forts built to protect the island from invaders. In the 18th century, soldiers stood here scanning the horizon for enemy ships, ready to signal the forts below. The ruins of old barracks and cannons still remain, silent witnesses to centuries of conflict and change. Walking among these stone structures, you can almost imagine the footsteps and voices of those who once guarded this strategic point. Today, Shirley Heights is known for something much more peaceful. It is one of the most famous sunset spots in the Caribbean. As the sun begins its descent, people gather on the cliffs, cameras in hand, waiting for the sky to transform. The light softens, the sea darkens, and the sky becomes a living painting of gold, orange, and deep purple. Every sunset feels unique, a moment that exists only once and never repeats. On Sundays, Shirley Heights comes alive with music, food, and celebration. Locals and travelers gather for a legendary sunset party, where steel drums, reggae, and calypso music fill the air. The smell of grilled chicken, seafood, and Caribbean spices drifts across the hilltop, making it impossible to resist. People dance, laugh, and share stories as the sun sinks below the horizon, turning strangers into friends under the fading light. From this height, you see how Antigua is shaped by the sea. Harbors curve into the land, beaches glow in the distance, and boats move slowly across the water like travelers from another time. The wind carries the sound of waves and music from below, creating a feeling of freedom that is hard to describe. It is the kind of place where time slows down, and every moment feels meaningful. Shirley Heights is not just a viewpoint. It is a symbol of Antigua's beauty, history, and spirit. It shows you the island from above, but it also makes you feel connected to it, as if you are part of the landscape itself. Standing here, with the ocean stretching endlessly before you and the sky changing color with every second, you understand why people fall in love with Antigua. As night falls, the lights of English Harbor begin to sparkle below, reflecting on the water like stars that have fallen into the sea. The music continues, the laughter echoes across the hills, and the warm Caribbean breeze surrounds you. Shirley Heights is a place where history meets celebration, where nature meets culture, and where every view feels like a scene from a movie. In Antigua, many places are beautiful, but Shirley Heights is unforgettable. It is where you come to see the island's soul from above, to feel its energy, and to witness one of the most stunning sunsets in the world. Nestled along Antigua's southern coast lies English Harbor, a place where history, sailing culture, and tropical beauty come together in a way that feels both elegant and timeless. This natural harbor has been a gateway for explorers, naval fleets, and adventurers for centuries. And today, it stands as one of the most fascinating and picturesque destinations on the island. As you approach English Harbor, the landscape shifts into rolling green hills that gently descend into calm blue waters. The harbor itself feels protected and peaceful, with boats anchored quietly in the bay. Luxury yachts sit beside traditional sailing vessels, creating a scene that feels both classic and modern at the same time. The water here is calm, reflecting the sky like glass, and the surrounding hills create a sense of seclusion, as if this harbor exists in its own world. At the heart of English Harbor is Nelson's Dockyard, a beautifully preserved 18th century naval base that once served the British Royal Navy. Named after Admiral Horatio Nelson, who served here as a young officer, the dockyard is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the best examples of a working Georgian naval dockyard in one of the best examples, the world. Walking through its stone, archways, and cobbled paths feels like stepping back in time. The restored buildings now house museums, cafes, shops, and galleries, but their original character remains untouched. Thick stone walls, wooden beams, and old courtyards tell stories of sailors, shipbuilders, and officers who once lived and worked here. You can almost hear the sounds of hammers on wood, the creak of ships, and the voices of sailors preparing for long voyages across the Atlantic. Inside the Dockyard Museum offers a deeper look into Antigua's maritime history. Exhibits reveal the strategic importance of the harbor, the life of sailors, and the role Antigua played in the age of sail. Maps, artifacts, and old documents paint a vivid picture of a time when the sea was the main highway of the world, and English Harbor was a key stop along that route. Beyond the historic buildings, English Harbor is also a center for sailing and marine life. regattas and yacht races attract sailors from around the globe, turning the harbor into a lively spectacle of sails, colors, and movement. During these events, the calm bay transforms into a vibrant stage where sleek boats glide across the water and crowds gather along the shore to watch the action. The surrounding area offers more than history and sailing. Nearby beaches like Pigeon Point and Galleon Beach provide soft sand and clear water, perfect for swimming, snorkeling, and relaxing under the sun. Palm trees line the shore, and the gentle waves make these beaches ideal for both families and solo travelers seeking quiet moments by the sea. As the day fades, English Harbor takes on a golden glow. The sun sets behind the hills, casting warm light over the dockyard and the anchored boats. The sky turns soft shades of orange and pink, and the reflections on the water create a scene that feels almost unreal. Restaurants and bars around the harbor light up, offering fresh seafood, tropical drinks, and live music that drifts across the water. In the evening, English Harbor feels calm and sophisticated. People stroll along the waterfront, sharing stories and enjoying the cool breeze. The lights from the docked yachts shimmer on the surface of the bay, creating a peaceful atmosphere that invites you to slow down and take it all in. It is a place where history, nature, and modern island life exist in perfect harmony. English Harbor is not just a historical site or a marina. It is a living part of Antigua's identity, a place that connects the island's past with its present. Standing here, surrounded by centuries-old buildings, calm waters, and tropical hills, you feel the weight of history and the lightness of paradise at the same time. This is where sailors once prepared for unknown journeys, where empires protected their fleets, and where today's travelers come to experience beauty, culture, and tranquility. English Harbor is a reminder that some places do not just tell stories, they continue to live them every single day. Along Antigua's western coast lies a stretch of shoreline that feels like the definition of Caribbean paradise. This is Jolly Beach and the surrounding Jolly Harbor, a place where endless white sand meets calm turquoise water, and the pace of life slows to the rhythm of the sea. Here, the island shows its most relaxed and luxurious side, inviting you to unwind, explore, and simply enjoy the moment. Jolly Beach stretches for miles, a wide ribbon of soft sand that seems to glow under the tropical sun. The water is shallow and crystal clear, with gentle waves that make it perfect for swimming and floating. From the shore, you can see the horizon blending into the sky, creating a sense of space and freedom that is hard to find anywhere else. Palm trees line the beach, offering shade and framing postcard-perfect views at every step. This is one of the most popular beaches on the island, but it never feels crowded. There is always space to find your own quiet spot. Whether you want to lay out under the sun, walk along the shoreline, or sit and watch the waves roll in. The sand is warm and fine, and the sound of the ocean is soft and calming, like a natural soundtrack to relaxation. Just behind the beach, Jolly Harbor adds a modern and lively touch to the area. This marina community is filled with canals, boats, restaurants, and shops, creating a small waterfront town with a unique atmosphere. Colorful buildings line the harbor, and boats are docked right outside homes, cafes, giving the area a charming, almost European feel in the middle of the Caribbean. Jolly Harbor is also a hub for water activities. You can rent boats, jet skis, and kayaks, or join sailing trips that take you along Antigua's stunning coastline. Snorkeling and diving tours reveal coral reefs filled with tropical fish, while catamaran cruises offer a smooth and scenic way to explore the sea. The water here is so clear that you can see straight to the sandy bottom, with fish gliding past in flashes of color. For those who prefer to stay on land, the area offers golf courses, walking paths, and beachside bars where you can sip a cold drink and watch the world go by. Music often drifts through the air, mixing with laughter and the sound of clinking glasses. The vibe is easygoing, friendly, and unmistakably Caribbean. As the afternoon fades, Jolly Beach becomes even more magical. The sun begins to dip lower, and the light turns golden, casting long shadows across the sand. The water reflects the changing colors of the sky, shifting from bright turquoise to deep blue, and then to soft shades of orange and pink. People gather along the beach to watch the sunset, some sitting quietly, others sharing stories and taking photos of the stunning view. When night arrives, Jolly Harbor comes alive in a different way. Restaurants light up along the marina, offering fresh seafood, Caribbean dishes, and international flavors. Live music fills the air, and the reflections of lights on the water create a romantic and peaceful scene. Boats gently sway in their docks, and the warm breeze carries the scent of the ocean and grilled food through the streets. Jolly Beach and Jolly Harbor represent the perfect blend of natural beauty and modern comfort. It is a place where you can feel completely disconnected from stress, yet surrounded by everything you need for a memorable experience. Whether you are walking barefoot on the sand, sailing across the bay, or enjoying a quiet dinner by the marina, every moment here feels effortless and cinematic. This part of Antigua captures the essence of island life: the sun, the sea, the breeze, and the smiles of people enjoying the simple pleasures of the day. Jolly Beach is not just a destination. It is a feeling of freedom, relaxation, and pure tropical bliss that stays with you long after you leave the island. Hidden on Antigua's rugged eastern coastline lies a place that feels like a secret whispered by the ocean itself. This is Devil's Bridge, a dramatic natural arch carved by centuries of waves crashing against limestone cliffs. It is one of the island's most powerful and unforgettable landmarks, where nature shows both its beauty and its raw strength. As you approach Devil's Bridge, the landscape changes. The calm turquoise waters of the west coast give way to the wild Atlantic Ocean, where powerful waves roll in from across the world. The wind is stronger here, the air feels sharper, and the sea never truly rests. The sound of the waves is constant, deep, and thunderous, as if the ocean is speaking in its own language. Devil's Bridge itself is a natural rock formation that looks like a bridge stretching over the sea. Over thousands of years, the relentless force of waves eroded the limestone, creating an arch that stands above the crashing water. Below, waves slam into the rocks with incredible power, sending sprays of water high into the air. Sometimes, blowholes in the rocks shoot water upward like geysers, surprising visitors with sudden bursts of mist. Standing on the cliffs near Devil's Bridge, you feel small in the presence of such raw nature. The rocks are sharp and weathered, shaped by time and tides. The sea shifts colors from deep navy blue to bright turquoise. As sunlight passes through clouds, the horizon stretches endlessly, reminding you how vast and powerful the ocean truly is. This place is not just a geological wonder. It is also tied to Antigua's history and folklore. During the era of slavery, it is said that some enslaved Africans chose to leap into the sea here, rather than live under oppression. Today, Devil's Bridge stands as a solemn reminder of that painful past, a symbol of both suffering and courage. The land holds these stories quietly, carried by the wind and waves. The surrounding area is part of Indian Town National Park, a protected coastal region filled with unique rock formations, tidal pools, and dramatic cliffs. Walking along the paths, you discover strange shapes carved by nature, pools of seawater trapped among rocks, and views that feel completely untouched by modern life. It is a place where the landscape feels ancient and alive at the same time. Despite its name, Devil's Bridge is incredibly beautiful. The contrast between dark rocks and bright blue water creates a scene that looks like a painting. Seabirds circle overhead, and the breeze carries the salty scent of the Atlantic. Photographers and travelers come here to capture the dramatic scenery, especially when waves are high and the ocean shows its full power. As the light changes throughout the day, Devil's Bridge transforms. In the morning, the sun illuminates the rocks and water, creating sparkling highlights. In the afternoon, clouds cast moving shadows across the cliffs and sea. At sunset, the sky glows with warm colors, and the waves reflect shades of gold and crimson, turning the entire scene into a cinematic spectacle. Unlike the calm beaches of Antigua, Devil's Bridge reminds you that the island is shaped by powerful forces. It shows the wild side of the Caribbean, where nature is not just peaceful, but also fierce and unstoppable. This contrast is what makes Antigua so special. In one day, you can relax on quiet beaches and then stand before roaring waves that feel like the edge of the world. Devil's Bridge is not a place for swimming or sunbathing. It is a place for reflection, awe, and respect. It invites you to listen to the ocean, to feel the wind, and to witness the raw energy that shaped this island over millions of years. Standing here, with waves crashing below and the horizon stretching beyond sight, you understand that some of the most beautiful places on Earth are also the most powerful. This is Antigua, beyond the resorts and beaches. This is the island's dramatic heart, where nature tells its story in stone and water. Devil's Bridge is not just a landmark. It is an experience that stays with you, a reminder of the ocean's strength and the timeless beauty of the Caribbean. Off the coast of Antigua lies a quieter, more mysterious island that feels untouched by time. This is Barbuda, Antigua's sister island, a place where nature still rules and human footprints feel light and fleeting. Reaching Barbuda is like stepping into another world, where wide open spaces, endless beaches, and rare wildlife create an atmosphere of pure serenity. As you arrive, the first thing you notice is the space. Barbuda is flat, wide, and open, with landscapes that stretch far beyond the horizon. The sky feels bigger here, the air feels cleaner, and the silence feels deeper. There are no crowds, no busy streets, just the gentle sound of wind and waves moving across the land. Barbuda is famous for its pink sand beaches, some of the most beautiful and least crowded in the Caribbean. The sand has a soft blush color, created by tiny coral fragments mixed with white grains, giving the shoreline a delicate pastel glow. The water is crystal, clear and shallow for miles, reflecting the sky in shades of turquoise and light blue. Walking along these beaches feels like walking through a dream, where every step leaves a mark that might be erased by the next gentle wave. One of the most extraordinary places on Barbuda is the Frigate Bird Sanctuary, one of the largest in the world. Hidden within the Codrington Lagoon, this sanctuary is home to thousands of magnificent frigate birds. These large seabirds are known for their massive wingspans and the red throat pouches that males inflate during mating. Displays. Seeing them glide silently across the sky or gather in huge numbers among mangrove trees is a powerful reminder of how rich and alive this island's ecosystem is. The lagoon itself is calm and beautiful, with still waters that reflect the sky and surrounding greenery. Boat tours take you through narrow channels lined with mangroves, where birds nest, fish swim, and nature feels completely undisturbed. The silence here is not empty. It is full of life, full of subtle sounds that make you feel connected to the natural world. Barbuda also carries stories of resilience. The island has faced powerful hurricanes and natural challenges, yet its people and environment continue to recover and adapt. Small communities live in harmony with the land and sea, fishing, farming, and preserving the island's fragile ecosystems. Life here is simple, but deeply connected to nature and tradition. Beyond the beaches and lagoons, Barbuda hides caves, coral reefs, and coastal cliffs that invite exploration. Snorkeling and diving reveal underwater worlds filled with colorful fish and coral formations, while boat trips along the coast show hidden coves and untouched stretches of shoreline. It is the kind of place where adventure feels personal and peaceful, far from crowds and noise. As the sun begins to set, Barbuda becomes even more magical. The sky turns soft shades of pink, orange, and purple, perfectly matching the pastel tones of the sand. The ocean reflects these colors like a mirror, and the world feels quiet, still, and infinite. Sunsets here feel slower, as if the island itself is asking you to pause and simply watch. At night, the stars take over. With almost no light pollution, the sky above Barbuda becomes a vast canvas of constellations and glowing stars. The Milky Way stretches across the darkness, and the sound of waves becomes the only soundtrack. It is a rare feeling to be somewhere so quiet and so connected to the natural world. Barbuda is not a place of luxury resorts or busy nightlife. It is a place of space, silence, and raw beauty. It is where you come to disconnect, to breathe, and to experience the Caribbean in its most untouched form. Every beach, every bird, every breeze feels like a reminder of how beautiful the world can be when nature is allowed to thrive. This island may be small and remote, but its beauty is immense. Barbuda is a sanctuary, a hidden gem, and a timeless escape. In the world of Antigua and Barbuda, it is the quiet heart, beating gently under the Caribbean sun. On Antigua's eastern side, where the trade winds meet the open Atlantic, lies a stretch of coastline that feels untouched, wild, and breathtakingly beautiful. This is Half Moon Bay and Nonsuch Bay, places where nature, adventure, and tranquility come together in perfect balance. Here, the island reveals a different personality, one shaped by wind, waves, and wide open horizons. Half Moon Bay is often described as one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean, and it is easy to see why. The beach curves in a perfect crescent, framed by grassy hills and dramatic cliffs. The sand is soft and pale, and the water shifts from light turquoise near the shore to deep blue as it stretches toward the horizon. Unlike the calm western beaches, the waves here are stronger, creating a sense of energy and movement that feels alive. Walking along Half Moon Bay, you feel the wind on your face and hear the steady rhythm of waves breaking on the shore. Surfers and adventurous swimmers are drawn to this beach, while others simply sit on the sand and watch the ocean roll in. There is something powerful about this place, a reminder that the Caribbean is not only calm and gentle, but also wild and untamed. Nearby, Nonsuch Bay offers a different kind of beauty. Protected by coral reefs and natural barriers, the water here is calmer, making it perfect for sailing, kayaking, and snorkeling. The bay is dotted with small islands and inlets, creating a maze of waterways that invite exploration. From above, it looks like a patchwork of blue shades, with boats gliding quietly across the surface. Nonsuch Bay is known as one of the best sailing areas in Antigua. The steady winds and sheltered waters create ideal conditions for both beginners and experienced sailors. Colorful sails move across the bay, catching the light as they turn and glide. The scene feels peaceful and cinematic, as if time slows down to match the gentle motion of the boats. The coastline around these bays is rich with nature. Green hills roll toward the sea, and tropical vegetation grows thick along the shore. Birds fly overhead, and the sound of wind moving through grass mixes with the sound of waves. It is a place where the island feels wide and open, where you can breathe deeply and feel connected to the landscape. Small beachside restaurants and huts offer local food and cold drinks, creating a relaxed atmosphere where travelers and locals meet. You might find freshly grilled fish, tropical fruits, and simple Caribbean dishes served with a smile. Sitting here with your feet in the sand and the ocean in front of you, it is easy to forget everything else. As the day moves toward evening, the light changes across Half Moon Bay and Nonsuch Bay. The sun lowers, casting warm golden light over the hills and water. The waves sparkle, and the sky begins to fill with soft colors. The beaches become quieter, and the world feels calm and spacious. Sunset here feels dramatic and expansive. The horizon stretches endlessly, and the sky turns orange, pink, and purple. The wind slows, the waves soften, and the island seems to exhale. It is a moment that feels personal, as if the entire coastline exists just for you. At night, these eastern bays become peaceful and silent. The stars appear above the dark ocean, and the only sounds are the wind and distant waves. There are no bright city lights here, just nature and sky meeting in darkness. It is a reminder of how small we are in the vast world, and how powerful nature can be. Half Moon Bay and Nonsuch Bay show a side of Antigua that is raw, open, and deeply beautiful. They are places for adventure, reflection, and connection with the natural world. Whether you are watching waves crash on the shore or sailing across calm blue waters, these bays leave a lasting impression. This is Antigua at its most expansive, where land, sea, and sky come together in a cinematic embrace. It is a place where every breeze tells a story, and every wave carries the rhythm of the island. Beyond the beaches and dramatic coastlines, Antigua and Barbuda reveal their true soul through culture, music, and the everyday rhythm of island life. This is where the islands stop feeling like a postcard and start feeling alive, where traditions are celebrated with pride, and every moment carries a sense of warmth and connection. Antiguan culture is a vibrant blend of African heritage, European influence, and Caribbean identity. The rhythm of drums, the flow of dance, and the stories passed down through generations all reflect a history shaped by resilience and creativity. Music is everywhere. You hear calypso, soca, reggae, and steel pan drifting through streets, beaches, and villages, turning ordinary moments into celebrations. One of the most exciting times to visit Antigua is during Carnival, a colorful festival held each summer. For days, the island transforms into a giant stage. Parades fill the streets with dancers in bright costumes, feathers, and beads that sparkle under the sun. Music blasts from speakers and live bands, and people of all ages dance, laugh, and celebrate their heritage. It is not just a party. It is a powerful expression of identity, freedom, and joy. Food is another way the islands tell their story. Antiguan cuisine is rich, flavorful, and deeply connected to the sea and land. Fresh seafood is a highlight, with dishes like grilled lobster, snapper, and conch served with rice, vegetables, and spicy sauces. Local specialties like fungi and pepper pot reflect African roots, while tropical fruits add sweetness to every meal. Eating here is not just about taste. It is about community, tradition, and sharing. Small villages across Antigua and Barbuda offer a glimpse into everyday island life. Colorful houses line quiet streets, and locals greet each other by name. Fishermen return with their catch. Children play under palm trees, and elders sit in the shade sharing stories. Life moves slowly, guided by the sun, the sea, and the seasons. There is a sense of belonging that feels rare in the modern world. The islands are also known for their love of sailing in the sea. Events like Antigua Sailing Week bring sailors from around the globe, turning the harbors into a spectacle of sails and celebration. The sea is not just scenery here. It is a way of life, a source of food, trade, and identity that has shaped the islands for centuries. Art and craftsmanship thrive in Antigua and Barbuda. Local artists create paintings inspired by the ocean, the people, and the vibrant colors of island life. Handcrafted jewelry, baskets, and textiles reflect traditional skills passed down through families. Markets and galleries showcase this creativity, offering visitors a chance to take home a piece of the island's spirit. Religion and spirituality also play an important role. Churches stand in towns and villages, their bells marking time in gathering communities. Faith, music, and tradition intertwine, creating a cultural fabric that feels strong and enduring. Celebrations, weddings, and community events bring people together, reinforcing the close-knit nature of island life. As the sun sets, culture continues to shine. Beach bars and town squares come alive with music and laughter. Locals and visitors share drinks, dance to live bands, and watch the stars appear over the Caribbean Sea. Conversations flow easily, and strangers become friends under the warm night air. Antigua and Barbuda are not just beautiful islands. They are living communities with stories, traditions, and rhythms that go far beyond the shoreline. Every song, every dish, every festival is a reminder that these islands are defined not only by nature, but by the people who call them home. To experience Antigua and Barbuda fully, you must listen to the music, taste the food, and feel the energy of the culture. This is where paradise meets humanity, where beauty meets history, and where every day is touched by celebration and soul. As the sun rises over the twin islands of Antigua and Barbuda, the day begins with a sense of promise, a quiet magic that lingers in the air. The islands stretch out in every direction, their beaches, hills, and bays bathed in soft golden light. From above, the islands look like jewels scattered across the Caribbean Sea, each corner waiting to reveal its story, each wave reflecting centuries of history and natural wonder. Today, we step into the heart of these islands, where beauty, culture, and adventure converge in ways that leave every visitor mesmerized. Antigua's coastline unfolds like a painter's canvas, with powdery white beaches meeting crystal clear turquoise waters. The waves gently kiss the sand, whispering secrets carried from distant lands. Palm trees sway in rhythm with the breeze, casting dancing shadows that stretch across the golden sand. Walking along the shores, you feel the soft warmth beneath your feet and hear the steady pulse of the ocean, a reminder that nature is the island's true heartbeat. Every beach has its own personality, from the calm, secluded coves to lively stretches where music, laughter, and the joyful energy of visitors mingle with the sounds of the sea. Barbuda, the quieter sister island, offers a different kind of magic. Here, pink sand beaches extend for miles, untouched and serene. The frigate bird sanctuary within Codrington Lagoon is home to thousands of magnificent seabirds, their wings casting fleeting shadows on the water as they glide in perfect synchrony. The sight of these birds in flight, their calls echoing across the calm lagoon, is a reminder of how abundant life thrives in harmony with the island's natural rhythms. On Barbuda, the sense of space and freedom is almost overwhelming. The horizon feels limitless, the sky infinite, and every step on the soft sand feels like a step into a timeless world. History is woven into Antigua's hills and harbors. Nelson's Dockyard and English Harbor speak of an era when ships braved the Atlantic and sailors relied on these harbors for safety and strategy. Walking among the stone buildings, cobbled streets, and historic forts, you can almost hear the creak of timbers, the commands of officers, and the distant calls of seabirds that have watched over centuries. These harbors are not relics of the past, they are living spaces, where museums, cafes, and vibrant waterfronts honor history while embracing the present. Shirley Heights offers a cinematic panorama that captures the spirit of the islands. From this vantage point, harbors curve gracefully into the landscape, hills rise gently, and the sun casts its golden light over a world that feels suspended in time. During the legendary Sunday sunset party, steel drums and calypso music fill the air, the rhythm merging with the sound of the sea. Locals and visitors dance together, sharing laughter and stories as the sky ignites in a cascade of orange, pink, and purple hues. Here, nature, history, and culture meet in a single, unforgettable moment. The waters surrounding Antigua and Barbuda are equally mesmerizing. Half Moon Bay and Nonsuch Bay on Antigua's eastern coast reveal the island's wilder side, where waves crash against cliffs and adventurous spirits find their playground. The calm coves and coral reefs invite snorkeling and sailing, offering glimpses of a vibrant underwater world where tropical fish dart among intricate coral structures. These waters tell the story of a Caribbean shaped by wind, waves, and centuries of exploration, a place where both thrill and tranquility coexist. Life on the islands is deeply cultural. In street johns, colorful markets overflow with fruits, spices, and crafts. Festivals celebrate heritage and identity, bringing music, dance, and food to the streets. Carnival bursts with color and energy, while daily life reflects the warmth, resilience, and pride of the people. Antigua and Barbuda are islands not only defined by nature, but by the rhythm, creativity, and hospitality of those who call them home. Food, music, and community create the soundtrack of daily life. Savoring freshly grilled seafood, listening to the melody of steel drums, or witnessing local artisans at work is a reminder that paradise extends beyond scenery. It lives in shared experiences, in smiles exchanged, and in traditions passed down through generations. Here, every meal, every song, every festival connects you to a vibrant culture that is both joyful and timeless. As the day draws to a close, the islands offer their final spectacle. The sun dips below the horizon, turning the skies into molten gold, fiery orange, and deep violet. Waves reflect the colors of the heavens. The wind carries the last warmth of the day, and the islands exhale a calm that feels eternal. Standing on a cliff, a beach, or a harbor, you realize that Antigua and Barbuda are more than destinations. They are experiences that linger in memory, places where the soul feels lighter and the heart fuller. These islands are a cinematic masterpiece. From untouched beaches and wild cliffs to bustling markets and historic harbors, Antigua and Barbuda offer contrasts that capture imagination and inspire adventure. They are a reminder that paradise is not just scenery, it is the combination of nature, history, culture, and human spirit coming together in harmony. Every moment here feels deliberate, every view unforgettable, and every memory etched into the essence of the islands. Antigua and Barbuda are more than a travel destination. They are an invitation to explore, to dream, to celebrate, and to witness the incredible beauty of the Caribbean in its purest form. From sunrise to sunset, from bustling streets to quiet beaches, from soaring birds to dancing waves, every corner of these islands tells a story. And as your journey ends, you carry with you not just images, but the lasting feeling of having stepped into a place that is timeless, magical, and profoundly alive. The story of Antigua and Barbuda continues beyond the beaches and harbors into hidden corners where nature thrives and history whispers quietly through every stone and tree. As you venture inland, you discover hills and valleys that reveal a different side of the islands, lush, vibrant, and unexpectedly serene. The terrain rises gently, offering hiking trails and vantage points that give sweeping views of the surrounding islands and the endless Caribbean Sea stretching beyond the horizon. Each path seems to lead to a secret waiting to be discovered, a hidden cove, or a quiet lookout where the world feels untouched and timeless. In these inland areas, the vegetation changes subtly, but noticeably. Grassy hills roll like waves frozen in time, and clusters of mahogany, mango, and palm trees provide shade and texture to the landscape. Brightly colored flowers bloom along the paths, attracting hummingbirds and butterflies, while the songs of native birds punctuate the calm. The air here carries the scent of earth, flowers, and the ever-present salt of the ocean, creating a sensory experience that awakens both body and soul. One of the island's most fascinating inland sites is Betty's Hope, a restored sugar plantation that provides a glimpse into Antigua's colonial past. The twin windmills, standing proudly against the sky, are silent sentinels of history. Walking through the ruins and restored structures, you feel the weight of centuries, the labor, the resilience, and the stories of those who lived and worked here. Exhibits tell of the Arawak and Carib peoples, the arrival of European settlers, and the era of sugar production that shaped the island's economy and social fabric. Betty's Hope is not merely a historical site. It is a place of reflection, where the past and present coexist in quiet harmony. Further inland, you encounter small villages that embody the heart of Antiguan life. Children play in the streets, fishermen mend their nets near ponds, and elders gather under the shade of large trees to share stories. The pace of life slows naturally here, guided by the rhythm of the sun, the seasons, and the sea. Houses are painted in bright Caribbean colors, reflecting the energy and creativity of the people who live in them. Local markets offer fresh produce, spices, and handmade crafts, inviting visitors to connect with the culture in a personal and authentic way. Adventure seekers find their paradise inland as well. Trails wind through hills that lead to dramatic viewpoints, waterfalls, and hidden coves. Hiking paths allow you to explore the interior of the island, where nature is unspoiled, and the landscape changes with every turn. The feeling of discovery is constant. You never know when you might find a small pond shimmering in the sunlight, a rare bird perched silently on a branch, or a secluded hill that offers an unparalleled view of the coastline below. Antigua and Barbuda's history is woven into every stone and tree. Colonial forts dot the coastline and hills, remnants of an era when the islands were strategic outposts. These forts, including Fort James, Fort Barrington, and Fort Berkeley, offer dramatic vistas of the Caribbean Sea and are perfect for imagining the past lives of soldiers and sailors who once stood watch. Each fort has a story, and walking among the stone walls and cannons connects you to a time of exploration, conflict, and resilience. Barbuda, quieter and flatter than Antigua, offers equally captivating inland experiences. Beyond the lagoon and pink sand beaches, the island is home to mangrove forests, salt ponds, and savannas that support diverse wildlife. Nature enthusiasts can explore these areas to witness nesting seabirds, flamingos, and other native species. The balance between land, water, and sky creates a tranquil yet dynamic environment, highlighting the untouched beauty of the island. As the day progresses, the inland scenery takes on a new dimension under the changing light. Morning sun illuminates the hills and valleys, revealing every curve and texture. Midday brings a brighter palette of greens, yellows, and blues, making the landscape feel vivid and alive. As afternoon turns to evening, shadows lengthen, the air cools, and the horizon glows with soft pastel colors, signaling the approach of another unforgettable Caribbean sunset. Sunset inland is quieter than on the beaches, but no less powerful. From hilltops or cleared viewpoints, you can watch the sun sink behind distant ridges, casting long shadows over villages, fields, and forests. The sky transforms into a masterpiece of gold, orange, and violet, mirrored faintly in ponds and streams scattered across the landscape. The islands exhale a calm that feels ancient and enduring, reminding you that Antigua and Barbuda are not just destinations, they are experiences that touch your heart and soul. Inland Antigua and Barbuda offer a connection to both nature and history that complements the island's famous beaches. Every hill, valley, and village tells a story of resilience, tradition, and the enduring beauty of life in harmony with the environment. These islands are more than what meets the eye. They are places where you can explore, reflect, and feel truly immersed in the essence of the Caribbean. The story of Antigua and Barbuda continues as the islands reveal their most hidden treasures, the secluded beaches, the vibrant marine life, and the quiet moments that often go unnoticed but leave the deepest impressions. Beyond the well-known landmarks and bustling harbors, these islands hold experiences that feel personal, as if they are waiting for those willing to explore and truly immerse themselves in the rhythm of the Caribbean. Every cove, every trail, and every quiet stretch of sand tells a story of nature's power, resilience, and beauty. Along Antigua's northern coast, Long Bay and Turner's Beach offer serene escapes from the more visited areas. Here, The sand is soft, the water shallow and clear, and the horizon stretches endlessly. Walking along the shore, the waves gently lap at your feet, carrying with them the faint scent of salt and coral. The beaches are bordered by lush vegetation, including palm groves and low-lying shrubs that provide shade and shelter for a variety of birds. The stillness here allows you to hear your own heartbeat, to feel the ocean breeze, and to connect with the timeless pace of island life. For those who seek adventure, Antigua and Barbuda's waters are unrivaled. Snorkeling and diving excursions reveal coral reefs teeming with colorful fish, sea turtles, and intricate coral formations. Each dive feels like entering a hidden world, where the vibrant colors and movement of marine life create a living mosaic beneath the surface. Kayaking through calm bays or sailing along the coast offers a different perspective, allowing you to see cliffs, beaches, and hidden coves that are inaccessible by foot. The islands invite exploration at every turn, revealing beauty both above and below the waterline. Barbuda's remote landscapes offer another dimension of discovery. Beyond the lagoon and the pink sand beaches, the island is home to salt flats, savannas, and mangrove forests that shelter a rich variety of wildlife. Flocks of flamingos move gracefully across the shallow ponds, while seabirds nest in quiet mangrove clusters. Walking or boating through these areas feels like stepping into a world untouched by time, where the balance between land and water has remained undisturbed for centuries. Each observation, each encounter with wildlife, reinforces the island's reputation as a sanctuary for both nature and the human spirit. History continues to whisper from every corner. On Antigua, the remnants of colonial plantations, windmills, and forts speak to the island's complex past. Sites like Betty's Hope remind visitors of the labor and resilience of enslaved Africans, while forts like Shirley Heights and Fort James reflect Antigua's strategic importance during colonial times. These places are not just relics, they are living lessons, showing how history has shaped the present and how the islands continue to honor their heritage through preservation and education. Food and culture remain central to life on the islands. Street John's markets overflow with tropical fruits, spices, and local crafts, while village gatherings offer music, dance, and storytelling. Festivals, whether small local celebrations or the grand Antigua Carnival, showcase the creativity, energy, and pride of the people. The rhythm of drums, the melody of steel pans, and the sway of dancers create an atmosphere where history, tradition, and joy meet seamlessly. Every bite of freshly grilled seafood, every note of music, and every vibrant piece of art tells a story, connecting visitors to the living culture of the islands. Evening brings another layer of magic. On the beaches, the sky is painted with shades of orange, pink, and violet as the sun sets over the Caribbean. Reflections shimmer on the water, and the sound of waves provides a natural soundtrack. Inland, hills and valleys are bathed in soft twilight, highlighting the contours of the landscape. The air cools, birds return to their nests, and the islands exhale a calm that feels both ancient and eternal. This is the time when travelers pause, reflect, and absorb the depth of what they have experienced. Night on Antigua and Barbuda is quiet yet alive. Stars fill the sky with clarity rarely seen elsewhere, and the Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a cosmic river. The island's lights twinkle softly from villages and harbors, but the vastness of the universe dominates, reminding visitors of their small yet significant place within it. The ocean's gentle rhythm continues, waves lapping against the shore, carrying the sounds and memories of the day into the night. It is a time for introspection, connection, and a deep appreciation of the island's timeless beauty. These islands are more than destinations. They are experiences that engage all senses. The feel of warm sand beneath your feet, the taste of fresh seafood, the sound of drums in a village, the sight of a flamingo in a pink lagoon. All of these moments combine to create an immersive journey. Antigua and Barbuda are defined not just by their landscapes, but by the feelings they evoke: freedom, peace, adventure, and wonder. Every traveler leaves with memories that are vivid, lasting, and deeply personal. In exploring Antigua and Barbuda's hidden corners, you realize that paradise is not just about famous beaches or scenic overlooks. It is about discovery, connection, and the quiet moments that speak louder than any photograph ever could. These islands invite you to see, hear, taste, and feel in ways that transform a visit into an unforgettable journey. And as you stand on a cliff, a shoreline, or a quiet lagoon, watching the sun sink below the horizon, you understand that Antigua and Barbuda are not merely places, they are timeless experiences, etched into memory and imagination. As twilight deepens over Antigua and Barbuda, the islands transform into a place where magic and tranquility meet, where the last light of day fades into the infinite canvas of night. Every corner of these islands tells a story. The beaches, the hills, the harbors, and the hidden coves, and as darkness falls, the connection between nature, history, and human life becomes even more palpable. From the bustling harbors of Antigua to the quiet pink sands of Barbuda, every element contributes to the symphony of this Caribbean paradise, leaving an imprint on the heart that lasts far beyond a single visit. The island's night begins gently, with the sound of waves whispering across the shorelines. On Antigua, places like Half Moon Bay and Nonsuch Bay take on a mystical quality, as the tide pulls gently against the sand, leaving reflective pools that mirror the sky. The coastline glows faintly under the fading light, the hills and cliffs forming silhouettes that frame the horizon. Gentle breezes carry the scent of salt, tropical flowers, and earth, reminding every visitor that this is a land alive with natural beauty and subtle energy. Walking along these shores at dusk, you feel the heartbeat of the islands, steady and enduring, a rhythm older than memory. Barbuda, with its expansive flatlands and quiet lagoons, takes on an ethereal quality as the day ends. The frigate bird sanctuary, so alive with motion during the day, grows quieter. Birds settle into their mangroves, silhouetted against the pastel-colored sky. The Codrington Lagoon, calm and still, reflects the soft hues of twilight pinks, lavenders, and deepening blues, as if the island itself is inhaling and exhaling in unison with the wind and water. Here, the balance between silence and life is striking. Even in stillness, the energy of nature feels palpable, as if the island is breathing in stories from the past and exhaling them into the present. Inland Antigua also reveals its evening charm. Villages like Liberta and English Harbor settle into a slower rhythm. Lights begin to twinkle from homes and streets, casting soft glows that contrast with the darkening hills. In markets and squares, the faint echo of music, laughter, and conversation lingers from earlier festivities, a reminder of the vibrant culture that defines the islands. Local food stalls offer the aroma of fresh seafood, roasted corn, and tropical fruits, a sensory connection to the people who have lived here for generations. Each note, each smell, each sight is part of a living narrative that complements the natural beauty surrounding it. Shirley Heights, the iconic lookout and party site, becomes a stage for both spectacle and serenity. During the famous Sunday sunset party, visitors and locals gather to witness the sky's transformation. Steel drums, calypso, and soca music create an auditory tapestry that blends with the colors of the sky. The sun dips lower, illuminating harbors, hills, and anchored yachts in warm gold, deep orange, and soft pinks. The movement of dancers, the swaying of palms, and the glint of light on water form a scene that is cinematic in its perfection. For a moment, it feels as if time itself slows, allowing every detail, the shimmer of a wave, the smile of a dancer, the rhythm of a drum to register fully in the heart. As night deepens, the stars emerge, bright and brilliant in the clear Caribbean sky. With minimal light pollution, constellations dominate, stretching endlessly over beaches, hills, and villages. The Milky Way arches overhead, a cosmic river of light that reflects faintly in lagoons and tidal pools. In these quiet hours, the island's energy feels eternal. The sound of the ocean, the rustle of leaves, and the distant call of nightbirds become a symphony that underscores the connection between land, sea, and sky. Every observer feels small, yet deeply included in this grand natural narrative. The duality of Antigua and Barbuda is evident in these hours. Antigua blends history, culture, and vibrancy with breathtaking natural scenery, while Barbuda offers a secluded, almost spiritual connection with untouched landscapes. Together, they provide a complete vision of paradise, a place where adventure, reflection, and celebration coexist seamlessly. Exploring hidden coves, tracing trails along cliffs, or simply sitting on a quiet beach under the stars, visitors find moments of solitude and revelation, experiences that linger long after leaving the islands. Even the simplest activities at night are imbued with beauty. Sailing under a starlit sky becomes an ethereal journey. Waves softly lap against the hull, and the faint lights from distant shores trace the contours of the coastline. Walking along the pink sands of Barbuda, each step leaves a fleeting mark that the tide will soon erase, a reminder of both impermanence and continuity. Village evenings bring gatherings where music, food, and laughter create a warm human connection, echoing the centuries-old traditions of hospitality and community that define these islands. The island's cultural heartbeat is as strong at night as it is during the day. Festivals, music, and food intertwine with the natural landscape, creating a holistic experience that engages all senses. Steel drums, calypso beats, and soft chatter from local restaurants blend seamlessly with the sound of wind and water. Every note resonates with history and contemporary life, echoing Antigua and Barbuda's resilience, creativity, and joyous spirit. These moments define the islands not just as destinations, but as living, breathing experiences that leave a lasting impact on visitors. As the night progresses, the islands enter a state of quiet reflection. The rhythm of waves, the scent of tropical air, and the sparkle of stars encourage contemplation. Standing on a cliff, beach, or dock, you can feel the essence of Antigua and Barbuda, the interplay of history, nature, and culture, and understand why these islands captivate the imagination. They are places where every sunrise and sunset, every breeze and wave, every sound and sight contributes to an unforgettable narrative of beauty, adventure, and human connection. In the end, Antigua and Barbuda are not just about what you see, but what you feel. The islands invite you to immerse fully, to breathe the air, taste the cuisine, hear the music, explore the waters, and witness the landscapes in their full cinematic glory. Each experience, from bustling harbors to isolated pink sand beaches, from lively festivals to silent lagoons, is a chapter in the story of the islands, and every visitor becomes part of that story. The island's magic lingers, long after the waves have washed the footprints from the sand, leaving memories as vibrant and enduring as the Caribbean sun itself. As the sun dips below the horizon and the stars blanket the Caribbean sky, Antigua and Barbuda reveal why they are truly treasures of the Caribbean. From serene pink sand beaches to dramatic cliffs, from vibrant festivals to quiet lagoons teeming with life, these islands offer a journey unlike any other. Every corner holds a story of nature's power, of centuries of history, of a culture alive in music, food, and celebration. Antigua and Barbuda are more than a destination. They are an experience, a feeling, a connection to a world both wild and welcoming. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey through Antigua and Barbuda. If you've been inspired to explore these incredible islands, or simply enjoyed traveling through their landscapes from afar, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more breathtaking travel adventures in 4K. Until next time, let the waves, sunsets, and stories of the Caribbean inspire your own journey.